So we're back for another Owl House episode breakdown. Sorry, this one's a couple of days late. I've decided to switch up my channels, so I'll be posting on this channel from now on. Everyone, by the time this video releases, should have an annoying at everyone ping in the server and be really angry at me. But today we have Loser once again. Say hi, Loser.
Hello.
We have Binky Boy. Say hi, Binky Boy.
Hi.
We have Bellows.
What you know about something rolling in the deep?
Oh, thank you for that, Bellows. Thank you for that. And we have Anime. Say something, Anime. What?
Did he just die?
Anime, you okay there, buddy?
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, Anime. So, did you guys enjoy the last episode before the possible hiatus that no one is sure about right now?
Yes. I enjoyed it a lot.
So just out of let's just start this off, I guess, with favorite parts from the episode. I think that's a good place to start. I would say my favorite part of the episode was probably finding out that Bellows had a brother. And I thought that was really cool. What about you, Loser?
Oh, bro, you already know my answer. My favorite part, just cause like I don't know, I really liked it. That was the Camila and Luz when she was when she was in the rain.
Oh, the saddest part of the episode.
That shit hits so like home to me. So like that, yeah, that's like top tier. That's like my favorite.
James, what about you, Binky Boy?
I guess to say my favorite part was like we finally got to see where like Lucy's hometown was. We got to see more of the people, and actually find out that Ida has been there so many times to the point that she managed to make freaking talking rats with croissants.
Yeah, Ida definitely lived an eventful life. She was also there as the Owl Beast once, apparently. That's interesting.
Yeah.
But not as a kid, so that's definitely the older Owl Beast, Ida. What about you, Bellows?
Well, if I have to be completely honest, and if I can't say the Chunkla thing, probably the.
You can say that. You can say if that's your favorite scene. That's a good scene.
Yeah, the Chunkla thing. Honestly.
Like just overpowering a guy with a knife with a sandal.
It was the funniest part. I feel like the most interesting part was when was like the revelation of how the basilisk came back to the human realm and became quote unquote creepy Luz, though we don't use that term anymore. It's disrespectful.
Yeah, because they are an angel.
Exactly.
So, Anime, what about you? What's your favorite part of the episode?
The Hex's Hold'em reading.
Oh yeah, with the fact that Five has made friends with sort of like the outcast gothy kids. Like that's really cool. Yeah, that was a really cool part. Also, it was cool to see the Hex's Hold'em cards make a return. So how do we feel about the fact that like Ida and Grunkle stand is now confirmed?
Dude, I was like, what the?
Bound to happen.
Like it's not even speculation. Marilyn was the name of the girl that Uncle Stan married for one night. So it's not just a coincidental description at this point. It's pretty much canon that they were together. So that does make Ida at least bi or pan or omni. Like we don't know. I don't think we know Ida's sexuality, do we?
No, but she's at
I feel
least
like-
bi.
Yeah, at
Maybe.
least.
Maybe Pan because
Yeah.
they
I
did,
would
or
say
Ida did
more
that thing with Rain.
Yeah, but I think
Alright.
bisexuality now can also include non-binary genders.
So would it be
I
like
guess.
just like bi just means two, like not just like I don't know. That's the only confusing.
Yeah,
thing
I've
I
just
think.
been told that
It's like-
bisexuality can incorporate non-binary, but I was told that by someone who is non-binary, so I don't know. If you know the answer to that, someone say that in the comments because I'm not sure. But yeah, Ida's one of those sexualities. So validation, yay. Also, Grunkle Stan got robbed by Ida canonically. Like she tapped and ran canonically. So that's a thing. Like she stole all of his money and belongings. So I guess like, how do we feel about V? Are we all in agreement that V is like adorable and must be protected?
Yes.
Yes.
Someone in the server said they didn't like V and they wanted them to be evil, and I was like, how dare you?
Well, that's not debatable because that person is wrong. But I humbly respect or begrudgingly respect their opinion.
Like, also, I want to point out that someone in the server, I'm not going to say their name, but a certain mod, feels like they cracked the code when they discovered that V was the Roman numeral for 5, and that's why that they were named 5, and they decided to message me that theory, and I was like, yeah, yes, that is correct.
It's funny because we all know who it is.
I know who it is. Yeah.
They cracked the code.
We won't say who, but we know who you are.
We know who you
I
are.
know who it is.
And the fact that they assumed that I didn't know Roman numerals when my last name literally ends in one. Like, that was a very interesting thing to experience. I was like, oh, yeah, how do I say no duh, dumbass without being mean?
Oh, no.
I'm just kidding. I'm just messing with you. You know who you are and you know I love you. But, yeah, that's interesting. All right, let's talk about the serious revelation of the story and the thing that we probably didn't see coming, any of us. Philip Whitbane, aka Bellows at this point, has a brother. Did anyone see that coming? Did that shock everyone?
Oh, yes.
I'll be honest, that is the reason I didn't cry during this episode. Because I was so stunned by that revelation that my mind couldn't focus on the rest of the episode. I was like, whoa, that actually got me. Because then my mind immediately jumped to, oh god, the bone of the Ortiz, which, by the way, we discussed last time, it means the bone of the original, aka the original that you were cloning. I was like, oh, so Hunter's not a clone of Bellows. He's a clone of Bellows' dead brother. Oh, damn. Okay, well, I didn't see that coming. Also, just to brag for a second, we called it the pocket dimension between the Boiling Isles and the human realm. We got that one.
Yeah, pretty much.
Winning. We called that one. Means we're somewhat competent at this, guys.
I'll ever be confident at.
Yeah, we know we can predict children's cartoons. Damn, what a skill.
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought the fact that, well, the connections to the younger brother, I feel like I'm calling it the younger brother because I feel like that's just what's going to be. The Bellows is probably the older brother since he was the leader, you know? And only the older sibling is the more one to lead things. And we know that Philip was the one who led them into Eclipse Lake. I think it's kind of interesting that Bellows led his brother and possibly other friends from the Boiling Isles to their death. Like, that's a dark turn that I did not expect. Anyone have any comments on that?
It would be kind of messed up, though.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously Bellows is paying some kind of... At this point, Bellows is paying, some kind of, a retribution to his brother because he blames himself for his death. And it seems like that might be Bellows' driving force is to get his little brother back.
Yeah.
He's trying to get Al's body back, in other words. Because of Fullmetal Alchemist. It's the anime reference, but... Yeah, Hunter... It seems like Hunter's fate, though, just gets darker every time we do one of these. At first, he was Bellows' body, but now he's the body of someone who's dead, whose soul's going to be probably brought back and transplanted into him. Man, Hunter just can't get a break.
Dude,
Oh, real quick. A few server members, including, I think Ahmad posted this. I'll post it in the chat that doesn't exist. Interesting parallel, and it makes sense, though they forgot one line.
Yeah, I actually do. I've actually seen this. Also, there was a... Let me grab this real fast. There was someone who basically took my theory and put it into into pictures, which I guess I can show on stream here, probably, if it lets me post it. Someone actually took everything that, like, basically I talked about and just, you know, put it into a picture, which shows that, like, I think the biggest and most interesting thing is actually the little rascal in the picture.
Oh yeah.
Because when you pointed that out to me, Loser, like, I was like, oh, you're right. And we have to assume that this picture was made before they left for the Boiling Isles, because this picture is supposed to be the witch tricking them, right?
Yeah, and it was also found in the human realm, so like, yeah.
So does this mean that the brothers were practicing magic way before they were taking supposedly into the Boiling Isles? Like, is that what we're supposed to assume?
Well, maybe because Ida said in the very first episode that every so often a little bit of the Boiling Isles magic comes to the human realm. Perhaps they encountered some of it, and that's how they were practicing magic or came into contact.
I mean, if you look at the
magic and
yeah, I mean, by the way, guys, just for the record, the picture the image we're talking about is from the book here. This image right here. If you can see, there is literally what looks to be Little Rascal, and Bellows has a glyph. Like, the character that would be Philip Whitbane has a glyph, which is really interesting. Like, I don't know how much you guys have stared at this book picture, but I stared a while after Loser pointed that out to me. Thanks to Loser, I spent 5 hours looking at the same picture.
Oh no, I'm so sorry.
I was more or less trying to figure out what the glyph was, and I actually realized it was a combination glyph. It's actually a combination glyph to create a light glyph and it's a combination between a light glyph and a what looks to be a fire glyph, which I'm guessing is to create lightning. Which we haven't seen that yet. I don't think, have we?
no,
We haven't seen that fusion yet, have we?
We've only seen one fusion, I believe, and that's the invisibility one.
We also saw the one that, like, Luce used with the plant to create the smoke or the smog in the episode Hunting Palisman.
Yeah.
Which, that's interesting. I can't wait to see other glyph combinations. So, I guess we can assume that Bellows and... But, can we just say that his brother's name was probably Hunter? Like, are we...
Yeah.
Like, his brother's name would probably be Hunter, right? I can't imagine him naming the Grimwalker anything but his brother's name. So, like...
I'm gonna name you Little Green.
Yeah, I can't imagine him naming him anything else, so... I guess that, like, we can assume that, like, Hunter and Philip, aka Bellows, were studying magic long before they came to the Boiling Isles. So, do we have any idea on who the witch may have been who supposedly tricked them?
I was gonna ask.
Which is probably, like, that's probably a human exaggeration. That's like, humans will automatically think the witch is evil, so they took their founders. But I'm actually going to guess that Bellows and them went to the Boiling Isles willingly. What do you guys think?
I'm thinking maybe like the witch promised, or like was like, oh well, in my world, you know, there's these cool things, you know, like there's giraffes and shit. Would you like to come and see the giraffes? And they're like, yes.
Would you like to come and see the giraffes? They're weird.
They have very long necks. Okay, you would love them. Let's go.
I mean, there's always the possibility that it was some demon, but like when I see anytime I see a witch who has that stereotypical like black witch cloak motif, right? My mind can't help but, reference Hecate, because in the very first time we saw the book, like the Azor books, she had on that stereotypical black witch outfit before her dress.
Yeah.
So, like, I just can't help but maybe think it may have something to do with Hecate, but maybe I'm just, because I think of Hecate anytime I see that black witch garb, the stereotypical one. But also, because the eclipse ceremony, kind of all the Bellows is using, also seems like a spell that Hecate would know. At least in my mind. I don't know. What do you guys think? Any thoughts on the witch? The unknown witch?
I thought for her Oh, go ahead, Rose.
Oh no, it's fine. You can go.
No, go ahead.
Oh, okay. I mean, again, I'm sure everyone has seen this. The tail, could that be symbolic, or is it?
Yeah, I wondered if that was human
Actually,
hyperbole. Yeah, like I wondered if that was human hyperbole, or is that to demonize the witch? I've
I do remember. Sorry.
sorry, yeah, no, go on.
Oh, I do remember, in episode 2, Adagast or
Atticus. I think that yeah, that was the name of the. I think that was the name of the demon that that tricked Luz. Atticus.
Yeah, could it be possibly a similar situation that the two brothers were facing then?
Yeah. Then did the demon bring them to the Boiling Isles because they like? Could it be that they predicted that Belos would do this whole eclipse thing? Belos, aka Philip. Like, could this all have been premeditated? I guess the question I want to ask you guys: do you think that this all could have been premeditated by a higher power? Like, is Belos' actions really his own at this point? Because now that you've said that, Belos, the person in this Discord, my brain kind of goes back to, is the Titan pulling all the strings? Sort of theory? Because now that we know that Belos is a sympathetic villain, right? And his whole thing was that his brother died and he wants to bring him back. Well, let's tell me what you guys think about this. So when I was thinking about the events that we know have happened, right? The ones that are canonically confirmed. Philip and his brother were tricked by a witch. They were taken to the Boiling Isles. Someone had to inform Belos about the lake, right? Someone had to tell Belos about the lake. So could it be that the witch told them to go to the lake knowing that someone would die there and put this whole ordeal into motion? Is that something you guys think is possible? Because when you think about it, Belos' entire actions in the Boiling Isles probably don't seem like someone would have had to. Someone brought the brothers to the Boiling Isles, from what we know. Someone had to have told Belos about Eclipse Lake, right? He didn't just hear about it randomly. He didn't. Obviously, it was a place where, oh yeah, you could get Titan's blood and go back home. And obviously, they left out the detail about the Fool's blood. So that's how Hunter, aka his younger brother, died, was because they touched the Fool's blood. So, do you guys think Belos' actions are all his own, or do you think this is something premeditated because they want the ceremony, or the eclipse ceremony, to happen the Day of Unity? Do you think someone's pulling the strings? What do you guys think?
Honestly, I've never thought of that until you just said it.
What about you, Belos? What do you think?
Maybe I probably just need to look harder, but is there any evidence suggesting that the Titan is pulling the strings?
Well, everything that Belos says he's done was told to him by the Titan. He even it's safe to assume that even the stuff about making the Grimwalker might have been pulled the strings by the witch or the voice of the Titan. I'm wondering if the witch is I'm not saying it's the Titan per se, but maybe the witch that took them there is pulling the strings. And I would say that the only figure that we've seen Belos connected to since he's been introduced is the Titan. So Anime, you would understand this. Sort of how, do you remember in Fullmetal Alchemist how Hohenheim was having his strings pulled by the monk in the flask?
Yeah.
So he thought his actions were his own the whole time, and that he was making some kind of great progressive alchemy, but literally he was just giving the homunculus a new body. What if the Titan or the witch has pretty much said, okay, Belos, we can get your brother back, but really it's not making a body for the brother, it's making a body for, say, the Titan. Because I don't feel like a soul that died that's human would be able to be accessed in the Boiling Isles.
So wait, you're saying, I just want to get this. I just want to understand. like, are you potentially saying like the figure, the black robed witch figure could be like an extension of the Titan?
Yes. Yeah, like the descendant of the Titan that dripped through with the Titan's blood.
Okay, gotcha.
And then he led the brothers to the Boiling Isles, and then he got one of them killed, and then he told the other brother that we can get him back if you make this other body, this Grimwalker. But really the Grimwalker is not a body for the younger brother, it's actually a body for the Titan, so that way it can live again.
Gotcha.
I mean, do you guys think that a twist like that is possible?
This is the Owl House. There's been a lot of twists, so I think almost anything will be possible as long as they kind of start hinting towards it.
I mean,
guess.
if you would have told me this, like, say before this episode aired, I would have told myself I was crazy for even remotely thinking this. But now that we know that the brothers didn't go to the Boiling Isles by accident, that they were led there by a supposed witch, it seems like that would be a plan put into motion. Like, why would you bring the brothers to the Boiling Isles in the first place if you didn't have some ulterior motive for them, right?
I mean, that's true. That's true.
Like, it almost seems like... And then Belos always says that everything he does is the Titan's will. We always assumed that that was just him, you know, using religion to control people. But what if this is actually stuff the Titan is telling him to do? Like, what if the Titan is pulling the strings? I mean, it doesn't seem impossible at this point. Like, I feel like there are things that could possibly be pointing to it now. Like, now that Belos is a sympathetic villain with a motive, I don't feel like taking over the Boiling Isles would have been his goal. That he could have done that without, you know, like that he could have probably achieved an attempt to bring his brother back. It seems that like him ruling the Boiling Isles and causing the eclipse, like the Day of Unity, would be way too much to bring back a normal human soul. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It seems like the sacrifices and everything on the Day of Unity would need to be something really big.
And like you know that like little clip that was leaked or whatever of the pilot, like the Owl House pilot.
Yeah.
You know how Little Luz like revived the chicken?
The dead chicken. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was so simple.
Yeah, that was so simple. Like maybe if it was gonna be for a full-on human, maybe it would take a little bit extra steps. But other than that, she did it with a glyph. So...
Yeah. This seems like a big build-up for just a reviving of one human soul.
Yeah, that doesn't make pretty. That does make a lot. Of
We
sense.
are like way into crack theory territory. Like we have crossed the line at this point, guys.
We've gone far beyond the episode at this point.
Yeah, we're really just shooting stuff out here. Man, if we're right about this though, that's gonna be crazy. I'm glad we'll have recorded proof if we're right about this. And if we're wrong, we just plead ignorance. Like a politician. But, I mean, I don't know. The fact that Belos now isn't the, like, psychotic ruler that we thought he was the whole time. Like, I think the biggest shock to me is that Belos is a sympathetic villain. I don't know if that shocked the rest of you, but that really, really threw me for a loop. I mean, did any of you guys feel like you saw that coming?
Mm-mm.
That we would feel for Belos?
Not this particular thing.
What about you,
Like,
Anime? Wait, hold on, go on, Belos, sorry.
No, it's okay. I mean, we know he's like very complicated character. We knew he had depth. But yeah, I'm just saying I didn't particularly see him becoming sympathetic, which it's not an issue.
No, it's not an issue. I'm just saying that it kind of changes the story narrative. Like, a sympathetic villain seems more likely to be manipulated by a higher force. And now that we know that he didn't go to the Boiling Isles by accident, I mean, maybe this, like, witch was teaching them magic the whole time and was like, hey, you could get stronger if you come to the Boiling Isles. and that's why the brothers went, to improve their skills.
Whitbane Brothers spinoff. We need it.
Yeah, like to see Belos' story from like the beginning to the rise to power, that would be so interesting. Also, I think I guess before we get to the end of this, we should clear up that at this point, without a shadow of a doubt, Philip Whitbane is Belos. They pretty much confirmed it at this point. Don't you guys agree?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And for those of you who bring up the ears, we only saw one, and it's very possible that that body was modified. As we see, Belos cannot hold his form anymore. Philip has well prolonged his life beyond the life of a normal human. There's obviously going to be some side effects. But the fact that there were two founding brothers, one of them was Philip Whitbane, the fact that he has the same hairstyle as Belos, the fact that he went to Eclipse Lake and lost a brother, and that this brother just so happens to look just like Hunter, especially with that nose, as Luther pointed out, then yes, that without a shadow of a doubt, Belos is Philip Whitbane. It's confirmed. I'm saying this because of that one person, and you know who you are, who watches my videos. You're wrong.
Some beef.
You're wrong. You guys all know who I'm talking about. They think they know it all from the Owl House community server. Yep. You know who you are.
Oh,
You know who you are. You're like Belos is just some random denizen from the Boiling Isles. Yeah, that's not compelling.
Where's your evidence?
Quite boring.
Okay, even if it was like whatever, if he was, that would just be so boring and so anticlimactic. Like,
Yeah, it's not compelling.
Well, Dana and her crew are smarter than that because
Yeah.
they write very smart.
Like, the story is not that simple. It's not that simple and clean. Like, it's just not. But yeah, does anyone else have anything they want to add about the episode? We enjoyed the beta references, the Luz's bat and the Luz's shirt. That was pretty cool.
Because when I saw it, I was like, "Oh my god, it's a Beta Lucis shirt and a bat."
What were you saying, Belos?
Oh, my bad. I was just gonna say, a little known to a lot of people, Azula's in this episode. If you pay close attention,
What?
Azula's in the episode.
What do you mean?
So you know the girl who was talking or using the Hexus
Oh,
Hold'em
the
cards?
Oh, is
Yeah.
that Azula's voice actress?
We could say that, but we could also say Azula was in the episode.
Because that sounds more fun.
Time to make it.
Eh, yeah.
That's like saying that Amity is just a reincarnation of Katara, because we can say that. Because abomination bending.
Yep.
Wait until Amity pulls out the blood bending, man.
Oh, yeah.
Oh god.
That's when the show gets dark. I mean, we already had the chocolate pulled out on someone. Is that how you say that? I don't know if I'm saying that correctly.
Yeah, the chocolate.
What?
How do you say the shoe?
Chancla?
The chancla.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm the only Mexican person I forgot. I was like, what?
yeah.
Yeah, the chancla. Yeah.
Yeah.
Back down.
Yeah, I mean, we already had the shoe put on someone, okay? Who knows how dark the show's going to get now.
Oh god.
I got
By the way,
flashbacks by that.
I love the curator. Like, the fact that he's like a flat earther, and like, he had it right up until the point where he didn't have it right anymore. Like,
Yeah.
and then it was so wrong.
He's like the demons. What was it?
It's that they're coming from the Boiling Isles to steal their teeth on Mars to power their spaceships. And then he's a flat earther at the same time.
Yeah, Lucy's like, okay, dude, you have a problem.
Like,
This is
God.
it's what we could have been, but we're not that luckily.
Yeah, we're...
Yeah, I'm a flat earther.
What?
Oh, okay.
Oh, well, I'm sorry. You have to leave.
Oh no!
Get out of the server.
Get out of the server.
Leave.
So does anyone else have anything they want to add before we wrap this up?
Oh, yeah. I actually have something. I just like kind of wanted to mention the whole like a good they represented like people like the Hispanic people, I guess, Latin people.
Yeah.
I don't know, like
Yeah, like Hispanic and Mexican culture.
I'm not sure if you guys noticed it, but I kind of noticed it like when Luz. I think I talked to you about this when the episode came out, Ashley. But when Luz's mom said "bao bao," like that must just like probably might sound like a silly word to you guys, but like that's something a lot of like my family personally. Like if we say we're gonna hit someone, we were like, I'll give you the bao bao, So like I don't know. I just think that's like really
Yeah,
cool.
the show definitely isn't just LGBT representation. It does its race, like its different racial heritage characters really, really, really well. Which is just proof that Dana really cares about representation as a whole, and that she is a wonderful and brilliant writer. That they wouldn't overlook, minor details. Like Luce's Hispanic heritage is definitely shown, and that's good.
Yeah, that it just made me very happy. That
Yeah, cultural
there was
representation is also really important.
Yes.
And just like they showed white people could be very crazy. It's important. White people are crazy. As a white person, I know that.
Guys, they don't season their food.
They think salt is spicy. I'm white. I'm white. I'm white. I'm calling out white people. It's okay.
Wait, they do? Wait. What?
Some that do, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it's no joke, they do.
Oh man.
I'm over here putting like
But,
tapatio on all my stuff. Jesus.
But all right, yeah. I guess we're gonna wrap it up here, boys. Oh wait, James, do you have something you wanted to add?
Yeah, I was gonna say, it's okay, but I was gonna say though, like in this episode, we saw that Ida has been to Luce's hometown a lot. So I kept thinking about this, and I talked to Anime and Bellis. Bellis, the person in the server. If Ida has been here a lot, I'm starting to get the feeling like did Ida somehow maybe like didn't meet Luce as a child, but like just came a past with them like once, and it's like, oh, just they look at each other and
I mean,
walk off.
it's possible, but we don't know how long Luce has lived in that area.
Yeah,
It's not confirmed.
yeah.
Like we don't know how long Luce has lived in. It's called Gravestown, right?
Yeah, great.
Gravestown,
Grapeseal.
Connecticut. Graveseal, Connecticut.
Yeah, Connecticut. Yeah, like we don't know how long Luce has been there, but it's very possible. I mean, other people have definitely had a run in with Ida, aka Marilyn, so it wouldn't be impossible. But yeah, alright guys, so we're moving on 30 minutes into this video, so I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up. If you like these videos, remember to leave a like and comment. We'll do more of these. If you want to be a part of these videos and have a chance to join, you should join the server, which will have a link in the description below. And also, please subscribe to my new channel. I will be rebranding to Goddess Ashi because I just feel like the Final Bosses is not me anymore. And so I'm moving on to new channels, and I hope you guys will still follow me and support me. That would be awesome. So everyone else, say bye.
Bye.
Anime Bellows. James, say bye.
Join
Yeah.
the Grand Ohio Army. Oh, I mean, bye. Bye-bye.
Damn. Be-
Anime, say bye.
Ohio.
Bye.
Ah, Anime, is that a hint? Are you missing something?
Oh, oh.
Ending recording. See you guys.